box. Nasty boy. Hey, it's Sue. So I'm here to finally talk to you about my bullet journal, which is something I said I would do a long time ago. My dog's freaking out. And I'm recording this on my phone, so hopefully you can hear me alright and everything, but I wanted to make this video because when I was first looking into bullet journaling, all I saw were the really elaborate artistic ones, which are fantastic, they're beautiful, and if that works for you, that's great. But I found it very intimidating and also just knew that that's not something that I would keep up with. And then I came upon a few people talking about their really simplified bullet journals. And I'll try to find those videos. It was a long time ago, like over a year ago at this point, that I watched those, so I'll try to find them and link them below. And I'm someone who, I've tried to keep a planner so many times in my life, so many times, and I was never able to do it. I would use it for a week, maybe a month if I was lucky, and then I would never open it again. And so I was kind of surprised that bullet journaling has actually worked for me. Because it seems like it would be more difficult than a pre-designed, pre-made planner. But for me, I've kept up with it. I've been bullet journaling since January of 2020. I started a little late, so this video's going up late, but you can still, that's the beauty of a bullet journal. It's totally customizable. You can start it at any time. So you can still start a bullet journal for 2021 if you want to. But from those simplified bullet journal videos, I found the official bullet journaling website, which has it all mapped out of how the guy who invented bullet journaling intended for it to be done. Not that, again, it's customizable, you can do it whatever way you want, but this is the way that he designed it, and it's supposed to work well for people with ADHD, which, hi, I just got diagnosed with ADHD like a month ago, so that's probably why it worked out for me really well. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do for my bullet journal, and it's a very simplified version, so if you've thought about doing bullet journaling but didn't think you could or wanted to do all that elaborate stuff that you often see done, you don't have to do it that way. And I'm going to show you what I do. So I'm going to flip to where I have you guys looking at my bullet journal and the supplies and stuff, and I'll walk you through everything. So let's do it. Okay, so please excuse my nails first of all. I had press-ons on and the glue kind of fucked up my nails. But anyway, let's talk about the supplies first. So the two most important things, and really the only things you need, are a bullet journal and a writing utensil of some sort. This orange one was my bullet journal from 2020, and then I got this purple one for this year, and they're both the same brand. They are, I don't know which way I need to face this, Paloma. They're just a really inexpensive one that I got from Amazon. They were like $7 a piece, I think, so I'll link those below, but there's a ton of different bullet journals out there. There's even, I think the official bullet journal website sells their own official bullet journal, so you can just get whatever one you think will work best for you, but you'll want it to have this dotted paper, if you can see that. And then writing utensils, I like to use this pen that my friend Jessica gave me. It is a Friction Ball Slim 038. I think this refers to the size of the tip, But I really like this because it's an erasable pen and it actually erases, so I can show you if you can hopefully see it. If you do a little scribble and then it really erases, you can still kind of see the imprint of it, but for the most part it's gone. So I really like this because I can erase things if I make mistakes, and it has a really fine tip, which is nice for writing, really small areas in your bullet journal. I'll link these below too. I think this particular kind might be Japanese. So they do have like easily available ones in the US, but I don't think they have this very slim tip. So, and they also come in a lot of different colors. So if you want to color code things, you can do that. Also, you can buy just the refills, the ink refills, so you don't have to keep rebuying all the pen over and over again, because it does run out pretty quickly, and it might just be because I only have one pen, so I'm only using this one pen for my entire bullet journal, but the refills are pretty inexpensive. But word of warning though, as the name would imply, what actually erases the ink is the friction when you rub it, or more specifically, the heat that's created from the friction. So I have heard tell that if you use this pen and then leave your journal or whatever notebook in your hot car or anywhere that's like gonna be exceptionally warm, that your ink can disappear. So be warned of that, but I've not had an issue with that. So this kind of pen has worked out really well for me, but again, use whatever works for you. And then other supplies that you might want but are totally optional. You might want a ruler to make straight lines. If I would suggest, if you do want to do that, to get something smaller than this. I don't end up using a ruler. I just freehand everything because I'm lazy. And then to add like a decorative flair, I like to use stickers, which again, totally optional, but I got these like washi stickers from Amazon, so I'll link those below. These particular ones are kind of like themed with the different seasons, so I kind of like that about them, and since they're washi stickers, they just look really nice, but I'm generally not too concerned about the aesthetic of my journal, so I also just stick random stickers in. In fact, I have some in the back of this one here that are just like random planner stickers that I also will stick in there sometimes. So, oh, and something I didn't mention about these little journals is they do have a pocket back here, which is nice. And they have, you know, the elastic strap if you want to keep it closed, and they have a little built-in ribbon bookmark. And then another thing I use for decoration is washi tape. These I just bought at Michael's, but if I can find them online, I'll link them. But they sell washi tape lots of places, any craft store. I think you can even get them at Target and probably Walmart. Lastly, you might want some markers or colored pencils or something. I just have some markers that I keep in this little pouch, and again, that's just if you want to add any kind of decoration, but you don't have to. Alright, so let's get into the interiors of my bullet journal. Let's look at my current bullet journal, because I did change a few things from last year, not much. Here on the inside, I'm just covering this up because it has my phone number, but I just wrote the year and put just a cool sticker that I have there. And then the next page I don't use because it's always like kind of awkward and stuck here, so I always just leave it blank. And then over here is the key. So these are just the symbols. Every time I film, my pets go fucking crazy. So these are just the little symbols that I use throughout the journal to signify what kind of task it is, what the status of it is. So just a little filled in circle for a task, put an X through it if it's complete, if it needs to be migrated to the next day or the next week, do a little like greater than sign. The task is scheduled, which honestly I don't even remember what that means, and I don't ever use it, but you put like a less than sign. If it's irrelevant, you don't need to do it anymore, cross it out. A dash for notes, an open circle for events, and an asterisk, you know, if it's important. And then I also usually will count the number of dots going up and down and just put the number here for my reference if I need it at any point, just so I don't have to count things every single time if I'm wanting to like divide a page or whatever. Over here, this is a little bit different to what the like official bullet journal setup is, because I generally combine my year at a glance and my future log. So year at a glance is just the little, you know, little tiny calendars. You see those in planners all the time. So I draw all of those out. I usually highlight important dates, generally birthdays or holidays, and then I write the names of the people below, so remember whose birthday it is. And then for your future log is where you leave space for each month to write in future events that maybe you haven't gotten there yet in your weekly plan or your monthly spreads, but you want to write it down there so you don't forget it. And so then when you're making your weekly or monthly spreads, you can flip to your future log and see if there's any things that you need to write down there. And then, you know, use the little washi tape and some stickers for decoration, just for funsies. So my next few pages are that. And then this is the most elaborate page that I do in my journal, and it's a books read page where I do the little, you've probably, if you're around the book community, you've probably seen this, but you kind of draw shelves and draw books on it. I'll show you my one from last year so you can see it completed. I didn't draw in everything yet this year because I'm kind of still trying to decide if I want to like draw it all out first or what, but here's my one from last year for reference. I kind of, as you can see on the bottom shelf, I read more books than I thought I was going to, so I had to like really squeeze them in, which is why I'm kind of debating on whether I want to write them all out or draw them all out now. And then I just color, you know, writing the titles and color them in with marker. I don't know how I feel about the marker either. I might just like stick to more of the lighter colors so that it's not like bleeding through as much, but, and also it's hard to read some of the titles, so I don't know. I thought about switching to colored pencils, but I already have the markers, so I might just use those. So that's what that will look like eventually. And then for this year, I went ahead and wrote out all of my reading challenge. We're doing the If You Got It, Read It reading challenge, so I wrote out my TBR for that with little boxes so I can check them off. But, you know, obviously, if you're not doing that challenge or you don't want to put it in your journal, I'm hoping you can see all this, don't do that. And then I just have a little section here where I can write video ideas. So for my monthly spread, I'm going to show you what I have for February. I haven't really added any of the decoration. Usually I add a little washi tape and maybe some stickers around, but I haven't done that yet. I'm a little behind this month. But this is what I usually do. I haven't filled in any of the numbers yet, which is why I'm showing you this one and not January. But this is what I do to just keep track of my finances. As you can tell, I don't use rulers. I just freehand everything, but I have a little box here where I can do my checking account starting amount and ending amount and my savings starting and ending, and then I can list out all my bills and keep track of that down here with the amount, and you know, also keep track of like extraneous things like how much I spend on food or clothing or whatever, just to see if I need to budget that a little better or whatnot. But let's go back to January. So this was my January spread, weekly spread for the first full week of January. So as you can see, I'm still not 100% consistent with keeping track of everything from week to week, but I've been much more consistent with this than, like I mentioned before, any other journal I've ever done in my life. I mean, I did it for a whole year last year. That's crazy. Yeah, I just divided up with, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I have Saturday and Sunday split, just so I have this free space here to do, you know, I'll write my TBR, books I want to finish that week, sometimes things I don't want to forget, sometimes, you know, just whatever's going on that week. If I'm doing a specific, like, readathon for that week, I might put that stuff here, whatever I want to use that for. And then each day I'll write down my tasks for work. I'll also write down, you know, personal tasks like edit videos. I don't usually write down sometimes I will if I'm feeling particularly like I'm feeling down on myself for not being productive. Sometimes I'll write down like small things like take a shower, or even like brush my teeth, or just little things that it's like, I have done something today. So sometimes I will do that, but most of the time I don't. I mostly just write work tasks and larger personal tasks like editing a video, or maybe if I want to do my laundry that day, I'll write it there. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do for my bullet journal. Yeah. And for me, this Like this was my journal from last year, and it ended up being exactly the right length for me. Like this was the last week in December, so it was perfect. So if you're wanting to do things a little bit more spread out, or have more spreads than I do, you might want to get a bigger journal than this, or I mean you can use multiple journals in one year, but that's pretty much it. You can customize it however you want. I think it's really easy to keep up with, and I just like it. So I should have filmed an outro before I changed my camera angle, but it's kind of too late now. Well, I mean, I could set the whole thing up again, but frankly, I'm not going to. So that's it. That's all I do for my bullet journal. Like I said, I'll link everything I can below. What am I doing? Which way is which? So I hope that some of you found this helpful. And if you start your own bullet journal, if you have any other questions, then just let me know. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you later.